Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name's Bob Bryant. Today, we're going to talk about that we get to live in the greatest time. So many people I know will say, when in time history would you rather have lived? Would you like to live in the Wild West? Would you like to live back in the times of Jesus? Would you like to live in the future? When would be the perfect time to live? We're going to look at a passage today as we keep our study going on 1 Peter as to why this is a great time to live. Look with me in 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 10 through 12. Concerning this salvation, the prophets who spoke of the grace that was to come to you searched intently and with the greatest care, trying to find out the time and circumstances to which the Spirit of Christ in them was pointing when he predicted the sufferings of the Messiah and the glories that would follow. It was revealed to them that they were not serving themselves but you when they spoke of the things that have now been told you by those who have preached the gospel to you by the Holy Spirit sent from heaven. Even angels long to look into these things. Do you see it says two things? Two groups of persons intently look into the things that we get to experience. You have the Old Testament prophets who intently looked into these things and the timing. When would the Messiah come? When would this Messiah come so that they would get to see and experience salvation in a way that we get to experience that they didn't get to experience the same kind of thing. We get to experience this after Jesus died and was resurrected. We get the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. They didn't get that. The Holy Spirit would come on them, would leave them, but they didn't have this day-to-day, moment-to-moment relationship with the Holy Spirit like we get to do. It was a gift that Jesus gave us when he ascended back into heaven. The Old Testament prophets were desperately interested in wanting to understand, how does this work about this grace relationship with Christ, that you can sin and be forgiven and fully loved by God, that it wasn't trying to ascend up a ladder to prove and merit your way, but knowing that God cannot love us any more than he already loves us. Once you are a believer, he sees you as he sees his son. And he absolutely adores you and loves you. Yes, we falter and we stumble and he helps us back up, but he doesn't mean he loves us less. He loves us fully when that happens. It's like when I try to tell my three daughters, they'll try to always get me, which one do you like the most? And when the oldest one is doing something wrong, oh, you must like me more. She's a middle child. And so they always want the center of attention. But here's the reality. Every parent knows this. You love every one of them with everything that you got. And it doesn't matter if they fall or stumble or if they get celebrated and win awards. You love them with everything you possibly have. I can't even imagine how much more my Father loves me for no good reason other than he gave me faith to believe in his son, Jesus Christ. And do you see the second group of persons who absolutely are in awe? It says, even angels, heavenly angels, long to look into these things. That's amazing. Angels in heaven have never experienced sin, so they don't know what it's like to experience sin and to have forgiveness, to have reconciliation, to have this dynamite relationship that we get to have with God. And so the angels and the Old Testament prophets were pointing to us in our time after the cross that we get to experience walking with Christ in a unique way. This is a great time to live and to walk with Jesus.